negativity from the outside, but they really just got back to work, and I thought we played a lot better tonight. And the rain delay was challenging for both teams, obviously, but things got going, and I thought we did a good job not turning the ball over, which is a big improvement from last week. Played better defense, tackled better, and played better in the kicking game. We had some decent field position in the kicking game, so thought overall it was a solid effort. Certainly a lot of room for improvement. We can do a better job in all the areas, coaching, fundamentals, playing. Missed some opportunities, but thought those players deserved it. They played well tonight, and again came back after a short week, went on the road, and came in here and got the win. So good win. We'll move on.
When we get started here with questions, we have a microphone. If you could raise your hand, we'll pass the microphone right here in the front.
Bill, I'm not sure over the years how many game balls you've kept, but given the connection to this place that you've spoken about since day one with your dad, how special is it to get your first college win?
Yeah, it's great. It's great, but it's really about the team. The players went out there, made the plays tonight. Staff did a great job. It was disappointing Monday night against TCU, but these guys bounced back. All of them, players, coaches, our staff, support people, everybody, and just got back to work. And we're determined to to have a better outcome. And so just really proud of what they did. They're the ones that really deserve the credit tonight.
Right behind him, Mike.
Bill, Michael Coe, WCHL, chapelboro.com. That late touchdown drive you guys had in the first half, that 80-yard drive after Charlotte missed the field goal, felt like a big moment in the game. What was working for you guys on offense in that drive to help you get the touchdown?
Yeah, that was a big drive for us. I thought that Gio and Freddie, offensive coordinator Freddie, and they really managed the clock well. We made a couple first downs, and then we got in a position to score, and ultimately got the touchdown. Only left a few seconds on the clock, so that was a big swing for us. We had a similar situation last week against TCU, and we kind of messed that up, and then they ended up kicking a field goal at the end of the half. So that was a big drive for us there to close out the half. Very well executed. Got a big run there from Bullitt on the touchdown run. So offensive line blocked well, and we had some good protection. Gio made a couple key plays on that drive, so it was really just great execution. Anytime you go 80 yards, I don't know how many plays was it, 10 plays, something like that. That's good. When you don't get it all in one play, you got to execute a bunch of them, and we executed a few on that drive, so that was great. One of the real highlights of the night, honestly, was to put together that drive at that time in the game.
Front right.
Hey, Coach, Grant Sasser, Tar Heels on SI. Speaking of the running game, Damon June was really impressive tonight. You really got to see explosiveness out of the backfield. What did you see from him today, and what does he still need to work on moving forward?
Yeah, well, we got quite a few touches to most all of our backs, and it's nice when there's a hole to see the backs run through it. So you got to give the line a lot of credit for opening up some of those creases for him. But Juju ran well. He's got some explosion, and it was good to see him get a few carries and be productive with them. But I thought really all our backs ran hard, and Charlotte blitzed us quite a bit, so there were a lot of pass protection situations that they had to step up in. Their linebackers are good blitzers, and so that was a challenge for us. But I thought those guys did a good job in pass protection too, which is probably, as much as everybody wants to talk about the running game, pass protection is key for the backs, and certainly nobody appreciates it more than a quarterback.
Far right, Coach.
Bill, it looked like you guys were able to get Gio sort of on the move more and out of the pocket and able to work with his legs. Was that the way he played tonight sort of more of what you have envisioned for him compared to the opener against TCU when he was it seemed like he was kind of stuck in the pocket a lot?
Yeah, we got him outside on a couple plays. Gio, I thought, did a really good job of improvising and extending some plays where there wasn't much there, and he was able to extend the play one way or another, either to throw it or to to pull the ball down, to run, pick up positive yardage. So he's I think that's one of his real strengths as a quarterback, is just kind of his gamesmanship and making plays in those situations. And he really helped us out here a couple times where he either got the first down or got us pretty close to the first down on second down on plays that he extended by. And the offensive line did a good job too of kind of moving the pocket out, so there was some space for him to move. So, but yeah, some of it was design, a lot of it was just Gio being Gio, which is good.
You have on the right, Coach. Front row on the right.
going off of that to add on to Gio, not only did he seem, kind of more comfortable moving around, he also was able to spread the ball around as well, getting it to different guys, things like that. What do you think kind of allowed him to, maybe spread it around more so in this game compared to last week, and just, as you said, some of it by design, some of it was just Gio doing his thing. What do you think allowed him to be able to kind of spread it around like that?
Well, we had a lot fewer negative plays. I don't know what the final number was, but we were able to move the ball forward instead of last week we had penalties and negative runs and a sack here and there, and obviously turned the ball over a couple times for touchdowns. So just positive plays and staying out of long yardage makes everything easier for everybody. It allows you to be balanced where you can run or throw. Get into the 2nd and 12s and 3rd 13s, and they're just hard to convert. It's hard to make 10 yards on 3 downs, let alone make it on 1. So. Just having positive plays just, gave everybody more of an opportunity to balance the offense out, more running, more passes, quick passes. We took some shots down the field. We hit a big one to Chris there, on that first drive. So, it was a great throw and, great job by Chris of running through the ball. But just having more plays and having more balance and staying out of long yardage, that was a big key for us.
On the right next to him.
Shelby Swanson from News and Observer. Coach, congrats on the first win.
Thank you.
I'm curious, and this is away from the game, but we haven't heard from you yet on this. Obviously, reports this week of New England Patriots scouts being banned from practice. Just want to give you the opportunity to comment on that and provide some sort of explanation on that.
Yeah, well, no, it's clear that I'm not welcome there around their facility, and so they're not welcome in ours. Pretty simple.
Over here on the left here, just a second.
Bill, what were a couple of points of emphasis defensively the last few days that you saw play out with improvement today?
The better fundamentals. It always comes back to fundamentals. Defeating blocks, holding our gaps, and tackling.
Also, looked like you guys developed some comfort with some of the pass rush groups, packages you put in there. Xavier Lewis got some reps in there. Can you kind of discuss what you guys did against the pass, when it was obvious pass situations, maybe that was different the other night or what worked tonight?
Well, I think we had more positive plays on first down, kind of the reverse of what I said about our offense. We had more positive plays on first down, which created 2nd and long and some 3rd and longs, and that, is the great situation to rush the passer. And we played from ahead. So most of the 4th quarter, we're playing from ahead. They're down by 2 scores, 3 scores. I don't know, like 10 minutes ago in the game, whenever we kicked that last field goal. So those are the situations the rush the passer in, and we saw what happened last week when we were on the other side of that, when they were just teeing off on us with a big lead. So score has a lot to do with it, and if you can create long yardage situations, that's just better for everybody to rush.
Right next to him.
Overall, what did you feel that the team improved the most on from Monday, and then what areas do you think there's still a lot of work to be done for what you saw tonight?
Right. So again, offensively, we didn't turn the ball over. We had more production on first down, which led to better production on 3rd down. We were 2 for 2 in the red area. Defensively, our fundamentals were better. We tackled better. We created more first down advantages for ourselves to get them in 2nd and 3rd and longer, and that helped our pass rush and our 3rd down defense. There's certainly a lot of areas for improvement. Thought Tom punted the ball well. He gave us a lot of good field position. They had very little return yardage. I think they only had a few yards in the returns. He punted the ball well. We made 2 field goals. So our kicking game was definitely better than what it was last week. And so just all around, just a more solid effort and fewer mistakes, more positive plays. What do we need to work on? I mean, everything.
Right here on the left.
Coach, it seems like Gio's a really aggressive runner when he's out scrambling. Is that something you like? Do you like the physicality of him, or would you rather him take less hits and slide? What's sort of your philosophy on that?
Yeah, well, he's a really competitive guy, and I think when a yard's an important yard, then he's going to try to get it. I mean, the difference between first, 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9, I don't know what that is, but the difference between getting that first down and not getting it on 3rd and 5 when you scramble is a big play for the quarterback, and he knows that to stay on the field. So I think he's a pretty good decision maker, and he knows when to fight for a yard and when to give up on the fight, and the journey's over. So that's a good thing, but we got to make sure that look, we don't want him. He's not a halfback; he's a quarterback. So I'm good with him running the ball, but we're not going to run him 25 times a game. That's not his role.
Steve Reed, Associated Press. First, I know you said it's about the players, but I mean, is it special at all to you, to get the first win as a college coach? And secondly, what are you noticing now after 2 games about the differences between the 2 games in college and pro?
Well, I mean, coaching's coaching. It's, you get into the game and you try to do the best you can to help your team win. And what the other team does schematically or strategically or from a personnel standpoint, I mean, you're still looking to try to create advantages for your team in those matchups and those, schematics. So that part is the same. Each team has its own style of play. It's a lot different coaching against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens than it was coaching against Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. But they're still, they're different, but it's still the same competition. So, that's coaching. Coaching's coaching, especially during the game. You're just trying to do the best you can to help your team. What was the first question? I'm sorry.
And just, I know you talked about it being special for the players, but
Oh, yeah.
for you personally, is it special?
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to win. It's hard to win. We saw that last week. It's hard to win. You've got to do a lot of things right. You've got to do them better than your opponent. And so tonight we were fortunate to do that. So it's good to be part of it, I tried to do what I could to help the team, but look, I didn't make any blocks, tackles, catches, runs, or anything else out there. Players made them, and they're the one that deserves the credit for the win.
2 more here, David and then Ron.
Hey, Bill, David Hale with ESPN. You mentioned at the top about sort of the negativity from outside. Did you get a sense from the team that after Monday there was a large desire to sort of prove that was not indicative of who they are or the performance that they're typically putting on?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That was kind of clear in the locker room, and as we got out of the practice field last week, that there was not that there wasn't going into TCU, but there was just kind of a higher level of determination and commitment, and it's like recognition of the areas we were deficient in against TCU last week. So it was good to see some of those improve.
Last one on the left here.
Bill, Rod Baxley, Federal Observer. Chris gets you guys off to that great start with a touchdown pass and exits in the second quarter. Do you have any update on his status moving forward for you guys?
Yeah, no, he wasn't able to come back, but hopefully, well, we'll see what it is. Hopefully, it isn't anything too serious, but he just wasn't able to finish last night or tonight. But we'll see. He's a tough kid, so we'll see how it goes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.